In what has just been an absolutely tragic incident, there is one miracle, one survivor of the 242 people who were aboard AI-171 bound for London Gatwick. Unfortunately, however, the fatalities are now also extending to those who were located in the BJ Medical College hostel, the Vice President of All India Medical Association confirming that people here had lost their lives. The sole survivor of the flight, at least, was a British national of Indian origin, and is considered a miracle, given that the 241 other crew and passengers did not make it, given the severity of the incident. Speaking to the Hindustan Times, the passenger said that a loud noise was heard after the plane departed, and it crashed, adding that it all happened so quickly. Additionally, police said that the only known survivor was sitting near an emergency exit of the jet, bound for London, and as a result was able to leap from the plane. Various diplomats have visited the hospital, where the sole survivor is located, and are in touch with the relevant family members who have been affected by the horrific events that occurred on the 12th of June. As with anything, a lot of focus will immediately shift to the airline and the aircraft manufacturer, and in this case, that aircraft manufacturer is Boeing. So you know from the general public standpoint, the heat is going to be on them tenfold. In a written statement, the Boeing CEO and President, Kelly Ortberg, extended his deepest condolences to the loved ones of those passengers and crew aboard Air India Flight 171, as well as to all those affected. He said that he had spoken with the Air India chairman and offered his full support, stating that Boeing's teams were ready to support the investigation, which would be led by India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau. He stated that Boeing would defer to India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau to provide information on the flight, in adherence with the United Nations International Civil Aviation Organization Protocol, which is Annex 13. This incident involving the 787 does represent the first fatal accident for the series in over a decade of flying. It is a type that is renowned for its state-of-the-art design and efficiency. Meanwhile, Sean Duffy, the US Transportation Secretary, stated that as of now, he has no indication that suggests there are safety issues with the 7878 Dreamliner, the specific variant. With no preliminary information and teams still being deployed to India, it'll take time to get to the bottom of what actually occurred. Footage is not enough. What we know so far is this was a 7878 operating a routine flight from Ahmedabad to London Gatwick. However, shortly after departure, the aircraft appeared to struggle to gain altitude, then subsequently crashing. In terms of the aircraft, like I said, it was a 7878 with its first flight occurring on December 14, 2013, a delivery to Air India, then occurring January 28 of 2014. At the time of the incident, this was a plane that was therefore 11.5 years of age. Available flight data shows the specific aircraft involved was VT-ANB, a 787 with the serial number 36279. This particular aircraft had completed more than 41,000 hours of flight time and almost 8,000 takeoff and landings. Additionally, there were 700 cycles in the past 12 months, this the average for this aircraft build, considering when the jet was first delivered to the Indian flag carrier. In terms of your local media reports, well, the crash site is the hostel of BJ Medical College, which is located in a highly populated residential area, it occurring during lunchtime. Imagery shows several parts of the 787's bodies scattered in different areas of the building, highlighting the ferocity of the incident at hand, but I hope you can appreciate that I am not going to show these images for various reasons, but I'm sure by now you will have seen them. As with all significant incidents that we see unfold, tragic in their nature, we live in an age where there is always going to be video and imagery accompanying them. Speculation therefore ensues. With the investigation teams only just reaching the site and the unfortunate reality that bodies are still being pulled from the wreckage, it remains too early to find a definitive cause. Several industry analysts, however, have not used this to stop them weighing in with their own opinions, where if you're purely sticking to the facts and what is clearly apparent is that videos show the aircraft completing what is a regular takeoff roll. However, its climb out is what appears to be affected. The Air India jet, which in standard procedures is meant to continue climbing, retract its gear as it departs for London Gatwick, it did not do any of this. Shortly after departing the airport, you can see the jet leveled out at an altitude that was way too low and then began to descend very slowly before crashing. These comments are with thanks to the CEO of AirSafe, Todd Curtis, other industry analysts, and honestly, just a general observation of the video. I'm not going to sit here and claim I know what happened, and that is the job for investigative teams to comb through the evidence, recordings, and more, and from there, we can get to the bottom bottom of why this tragic incident unfolded. I hope you're all doing well, sending out my thoughts to all those affected. Please take care.